Welcome to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point. The BMW N47 is a 2.0-liter four-cylinder turbo diesel engine that was a prominent part of BMW's lineup from 2007 until its replacement by the B47 in 2014. It was designed to offer significant improvements in efficiency, performance, and emissions compared to its predecessor, the M47. While it delivered on these promises, it gained a notorious reputation for a specific reliability issue. History and versions. The N47 engine family encompasses a range of 1.6-liter N47D16 and 2.0-liter N47D20 variants, with the 2.0 being far more common. It was a cornerstone of BMW's efficient dynamics philosophy, focusing on optimizing fuel consumption and reducing CO2 emissions without sacrificing driving dynamics. Key technological features of the N47 include common rail direct fuel injection for precise fuel delivery, turbocharging, single variable geometry turbocharger for most variants, with some higher output versions featuring twin sequential turbochargers, e.g. 123D. Aluminum crankcase contributes to lighter weight and improved efficiency. Double overhead camshaft, DOHC standard for modern BMW engines. Common in 47D20, 2.0 versions and applications. The N47 engine was widely used across BMW's compact and executive ranges, as well as in some mini models. Power outputs varied significantly. 85 kilowatts, 114 horsepower, found in models like the 116D. 105 kilowatts, 141 horsepower, used in models like the 118D and 318D. 120 kilowatts, 161 horsepower, early 120D and 320D models. 130 kilowatts, 174 horsepower, common in 120D, 320D, 520D, X120D, X320D. This was a very popular variant. 135 kilowatts, 181 horsepower. Updated versions of the 120D, 320D, 520D. 150 kilowatts, 201 horsepower, and twin-power turbo. Exclusively in the 123D, featuring a twin sequential turbo setup for higher performance. The N47 was fitted to a vast array of BMW chassis, including 1 Series, E81, E82, E87, E88, F20, F21, 3 Series, E90, E91, E92, E93, F30, F31, F34, 5 Series, E60, E61, F10, F11, X1, E84, X3, E83, F25, Mini Countryman and Paceman, with 1.6 N47 variant. Opinions and review. The N47 is a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde engine. Advantages: excellent fuel economy, one of its strongest selling points. The N47 consistently delivers impressive MPG figures, especially on highway journeys, making it a very economical choice for daily driving and long distances. Strong performance for a 2.0 diesel. Offers robust torque from low RPMs, providing brisk acceleration and a satisfying driving experience for a four-cylinder diesel. It feels punchy and responsive. Refinement. For a diesel, while it's still a diesel, BMW did a good job with NVH, noise, vibration, harshness compared to some competitors. Tuning potential. Responds well to ECU remaps, yielding significant power and torque increases, further enhancing its performance. Disadvantages. Infamous timing chain issue. This is the elephant in the room and the primary reason for the N47's often negative reputation. It can lead to catastrophic engine failure. Diesel-specific maintenance. Like all modern diesels, it comes with potential issues related to DPF, diesel particulate filter, EGR, exhaust gas recirculation, valve, and carbon buildup, which can be costly to rectify. Sound. While refined for a diesel, it still has the characteristic diesel clatter, which some drivers find less appealing than a petrol engine. Faults and breakdowns. The N47 is most notoriously associated with a specific, severe issue: timing chain failure. This is the most significant and well-documented flaw. The timing chain, located at the rear of the engine, making replacement extremely labor-intensive, often requiring engine removal, is prone to stretching and excessive wear, particularly in earlier models, roughly 2007 to 2011 and 2012 production. This issue is often attributed to weaknesses in the chain, guides, or crankshaft sprocket. Symptoms: a distinct rattling, whining, or metallic scraping noise from the rear of the engine, particularly on cold startup or around 1500 to 2000 RPM. If ignored, the chain can snap, leading to immediate and catastrophic engine damage, bent valves, damaged pistons, etc., often resulting in a total engine replacement. BMW's response. BMW initially did not issue a full recall, but had PUMA measures, internal service bulletins, and goodwill gestures for affected vehicles within certain parameters. Later, in some regions, extended warranties or partial contributions towards repairs were offered. Mitigation. BMW introduced revised timing chain components and crankshaft sprockets in later N47 engines, post-2011 and 2012, and further enhancements by 2013 to 2015. For older engines, proactive timing chain replacement, a very costly job, is often recommended if symptoms appear or as a preventative measure at high mileage. Other common N47 issues include EGR valve and cooler issues, prone to clogging with carbon deposits, leading to reduced performance, increased emissions, and sometimes coolant leaks internal to the cooler. BMW issued a major recall for EGR cooler issues in certain N47 and N57 models. Diesel particulate filter, DPF, clogging, common for all diesels, especially those used for short journeys where the DPF doesn't get hot enough to regenerate. Clogging leads to reduced power, increased fuel consumption, and warning lights. Turbocharger failure can occur due to wear, insufficient lubrication, linked to oil change intervals, or carbon buildup. Symptoms include excessive smoke, loss of power, and whining noises. Some early N47s had issues with the turbo wastegate return spring. Swirl flap failure. The flaps in the intake manifold can become clogged with carbon, causing poor engine performance. In rare cases, they can break off and be ingested by the engine, causing severe damage. Some owners opt for swirl flap delete kits as a preventative measure. Injector failure can lead to rough idling, misfires, excessive smoke, and reduced fuel efficiency. Oil pump failure, less common but critical, leading to low oil pressure and potential engine damage. Oil leaks, while not as widespread as the N55 and N63, valve cover gasket and other seals can eventually leak. Fuel consumption. The N47 is renowned for its excellent fuel economy. Official figures varied by power output and model, but typically very impressive. For a 320D, 184 horsepower, you could expect combined figures around 4.5 to 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers, 50-60 plus mpg US, on official cycles. Real-world consumption generally lives up to its promise. Highway driving consistently yields high mpg figures, e.g., 55 to 65 miles per gallon US. City driving will be lower, around 35 to 45 miles per gallon US, depending on traffic and driving style. It's one of the most fuel-efficient engines BMW has produced for its size and power. Timing. As discussed, the N47 uses a timing chain system, not a belt. The chain is located at the rear of the engine, against the firewall. This rear location means that replacing the timing chain is an extremely labor-intensive and expensive job, often requiring the engine to be removed from the vehicle. Issue period. The most problematic units were produced between March 2007 and January 2009, though issues have been reported for engines manufactured until around 2011 and 2012. Later N47 engines, post-2011, saw revisions to the chain design and associated components, significantly mitigating the risk, but not entirely eliminating it. The B47 engine, its successor, uses a similar chain design, but has largely avoided the N47's timing chain notoriety. Prevention. Regular and more frequent oil changes with the correct specification oil are considered vital for lubricating the chain and preventing premature wear. Avoiding aggressive driving from cold and allowing the engine to warm up properly can also help. Turning off the automatic start-stop function is also recommended by some to reduce stress on the chain during restarts. Oil. Proper oil maintenance is crucial for the N47 engine's health, particularly given the timing chain issues. Oil type. Use high-quality synthetic oil that meets BMW Longlif 04 LL04 specification. This is a low SAP, sulfate ash, phosphorus, sulfur, oil designed for diesel engines with DPFs. Common viscosities are 5W, 30, or 5W40. Capacity. The N47 engine typically holds around 5.2 to 5.5 liters, approximate 5.5 to 5.8 U.S. quarts of engine oil. Always verify with your specific model's owner's manual. Change intervals. While BMW's recommended service intervals can be quite long, e.g., 15,000 miles or every 2 years, most N47 owners and specialists strongly advise much more frequent oil changes. A recommended interval is typically every 6,000 to 8,000 miles or annually, whichever comes first. More frequent changes help ensure adequate lubrication for the timing chain and reduce carbon buildup. Overall opinion. The BMW N47 engine is a technically impressive diesel power plant that offers outstanding fuel economy and strong performance. For many, it represented a compelling package, especially for those prioritizing efficiency. However, its reputation is undeniably overshadowed by the widespread and potentially catastrophic timing chain issue, especially in earlier production years. This problem has led to significant financial distress for many owners and remains the primary concern when considering an N47 powered vehicle. If buying an N47, prioritize later models, 2012 plus. These are less prone to the timing chain issue due to revised components. Check service history rigorously. Look for evidence of timing chain work being done or a clear history of meticulous maintenance. Listen carefully. Any rattling or whining from the rear of the engine, particularly when cold, is a red flag. Budget for potential major repairs. Even with later versions, there's always a lingering risk, and diesel-specific maintenance, DPF, EGR, can be costly. Consider a pre-purchase inspection, absolutely essential by a specialist familiar with N47 issues. Ultimately, while the N47 can be a great engine in terms of daily usability and economy, it demands a higher level of awareness and potentially more significant financial commitment for maintenance and repairs, particularly if you're looking at an older example. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.